So in 2013, I had a little bit of a midlife crisis and I decided to get back into the Commodore Amiga. Now, it was all going swimmingly well, should we say, until someone decided to write a piece of software for the Gotek drives, which essentially made the Gotek run on an Amiga. Now, a Gotek, we all know, it replaces your standard floppy disk drive that are all sort of knackered, they're tired, they're years old, they've had enough, they just want out. So yeah, this piece of software, I can't remember offhand who was the first person to write this software, but I know currently we've got things like Flash Floppy from Kia Phrase and stuff like that, which work really well on Amigas. Now, with this sort of new thing came a bit of a sort of like, should we say, I don't know, bit of a devastation. People were cutting the cases to fit these Goteks in. They were just like square things, little. So you take your floppy disk drive out and you put this in, you'd go to close the case and it wouldn't quite close. So people were cutting the case to make it sort of poke out at the end. Most people sort of left them on the top, which was all good, but people wanted them inside and stuff like that. Now, it was at a time before we had sort of like, well, 3D printing is as big as it is now. Nowadays, we can get little cradles and we just sort of put them in, put the board on top, close the case, and you can mess around the buttons and stuff like that, or, you know, whatever else. However, I was one of those people who followed suit and decided to cut a few cases. Few of them, well, most of them I've got rid of, or I've sold some on eBay a while ago when I did need the money in that. And I was in the loft the other day and I was looking around and I thought to myself, there's two 500 boxes. One was a 500, one was a 500 plus. I opened it and to my surprise, it was an Amiga 500 plus that I bought from Runcorn Car Boot Sale. I think it was about £10. It was around about 7 years ago, at a time when I wasn't on YouTube and stuff like that. And it was in a bad way. It was practically brown and it was sort of beyond the retro. I think I did try and retro bright it. Yeah, I did, I think. So I decided to paint it and I painted it red and then I sanded it off. And then I decided to go for the keyboard. At the time when I was buying sort of keyboard stickers from 4keyboard.com, they were selling black and they had white as well. So I decided to go for white. And I cut the case and I got a Gotek. And the front panel was all smashed in. And I sort of like replaced it with plexiglass and stuff like that. So I tell you what I'll do actually, without sort of like going on, I'll show you. So in this box right here, if I just lean down. So that was the original box that it came in. So here is the said Amiga. Now, if you have followed me on the Facebook groups for a considerable amount of years, you will know that, well, you've probably seen this before. Now, yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I do not know what I was doing. As you can see there, it's been cut. And I think, in all honesty, it was a pretty good job. Now, currently this sort of stands as a shell and just a keyboard. I did sell the motherboard quite a while ago. As I say, I needed the money. My manager sort of broke down. I was living on my own and I decided to sell quite a lot of stuff, which did help me out, to be fair, like, so yeah. And it just sort of like, that was all smashed in. And I replaced it with plexiglass. There was an LED light that was powered from the motherboard that went, it just lit that up red. That fan did work. It just sort of kept it cool. Not that it needed cooling down, like, but you know. And you can just see sort of like little bits of red here and there, and that stayed, a new badge. The keyboard, as I say, the return key is a little bit smashed. That was like that when I got it. Underneath, trapdoor, no trapdoor, although I have got some somewhere in the drawer there. So yeah, it's sort of got me thinking, you know, I did say that they were mine and, you know, I weren't going to sell them. So I've stuck to my word with this one. And I sort of did forget about it. And I sort of like thought, well, you know, what can I do with this today? It can sort of become another working machine. Now, the only motherboard I've got at the moment is from my A500 and it is just there in my Batman pack. So I was thinking, for video purposes, part one, shall I reinstall or install the motherboard, reinstall the LED lights, and I've got a Gotek there, which you've seen part 1 of the Amiga, cheap Amiga video. Could slot into that and get this machine working again. And if not, I was thinking maybe it might be some sort of, I don't know, nice backdrop, or some sort of like, you know, it might be able to put it on the wall or something like that. So yeah, this video today is just sort of like, it's a little part 1, and it's sort of like, what can I do with this poor old Amiga 500? So yeah, part 2 is going to be sort of like trying to get it up and running. But the first thing I'm going to do is, in my previous video, you've seen the whatever it's called, the Gotek. I'm still yet to get that running. I need to get the screen working, because it's got no sort of LED digital display on it. So once I get that set up, I will probably take my motherboard out of the Batman pack and try and set it up and make it sort of as a working machine again. I've had a look on my hard drives, and I haven't got really any pictures of it working. I've got video somewhere, but I can't seem to find it. As I say, when I sort of went to live on my own, I was literally giving up my collection, and I think I put a post on Facebook years ago. I'm going to sell everything, I can't be arsed, blah blah blah. But yeah, as time goes on, you get over shit and things get better. So yeah, I'll be missing that as well, whatever that is. So yeah, this Amiga could work again. So I don't know if you're going to let me know in the comments, or you're going to be triggered and say, oh my god, you are a complete tit for cutting a case. But like I've always said, it's mine. I can do what I want with it. Do you know what I mean? And if I put it on eBay and someone wants to buy it, well, let them buy it. You know what I mean? That's their sort of, not problem, that's their sort of like, you know, way of dealing with things. So yeah, just a quick video today just to show you, you know, I was one of those bloody guilty ones back in the day. So hopefully next video you'll see is this is going to be up and running. So yeah, cheers for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Cheery.